Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource YouTube channel. In this video I would like to show you front CV axle on 2002 Subaru Impreza, which you can see up in the air, and some pointers, right, or ideas to help you to replace those, right, in the case you would love to do so. So what you have to do to get this baby out. And after you remove the wheel, you will need this big socket. It's a 32mm to remove the nut, which is holding it right here, right? So the axle is held by that 32mm. That's the first thing which needs to go. On this job I follow the factory manual. You see videos on YouTube, people are removing these two, right? But the factory manual actually instructs you differently. First they say loosen this sway bar entling nut, and that's a 14mm, and you need to put hex, which is a 5mm hex. I will show you now in just a second, inside of the nut, otherwise it will be spinning. So here is the hex tool, right? You need to have it inside of that for it not to be spinning when you are removing that nut. It's a 14mm. The second step to be able to remove this entire hub, it's another 14mm bolt which is facing right here, right? So you remove that, it comes out, and that allows you to remove downward. You just pull on this bar, pull it down, and this entire ball joint pops out. It was very easy, right? So that's a difference how I did that. Now if you look with me, this light, it's always pain, right? This is all free, and I was able, moving this outwards, I was able carefully tap on that CV axle while pulling this out, and the CV axle cleared right here and was hanging right here. Now there was a time, obviously, still remove it from transmission. How is that done? And on these models you are not using the pry bar to pop it off. This is the side where the transmission is. That will not work. On these years and these models there is securing pin. Observe the detail. One flat area and one area has like a funnel or protrusion, right? It's lower here. So you need 732 punch to push that pin out. That pin was inside like this, right? So you have to push it out. The correct size is 732, but my punches were too short because on this exact model there is the exhaust everywhere in your way. You can get down there. So I bought this wire thicker. So it's a 3/16, 3 feet, right? I cut this length basically that I was able to reach inside the, it's definitely just this model, right? It will be just a couple of years. So the punch was too short, right? So I had to reach through there, therefore it's like a foot long approximately, and I cut that, and I was able nicely to push that pin right out, right? It fell out on the ground, and then you just slide the whole axle. You very slightly pull on it and it nicely slides out. Obviously the installation is the opposite what we just discussed, and that bad access for that pin is only on that passenger side. If you look with me on the driver side, look at this. You can see the pins, right? The exhaust, it's completely elsewhere. It's not in the way at all, right? There's so much space. So the only complication with that punch that you need it longer is here on that passenger side. Few advices for installation. For example, the factory manual says don't reuse this pin, right? Come on, camera. Don't reuse that. Use the new one. That's what they say, right? So that's one of the hints. Always carefully work around everywhere so you don't damage the seals and so on, right? So when you are putting it back or you are coming here, clean everything. Even the factory manual says actually replace this seal. Do you see the ABS sensor there? You don't want to hit that, right? So be careful when you work around here. The brakes removed, that's just me. I'm doing my front brakes on my brake plate out there. It has nothing to do with this job, so don't get confused with that. As you can see, even leaky strut, that should be replaced today too, but it will have to wait. So these are the details for you, how you deal with this job, and that should give you some idea how to do it correctly. Now, obviously this is very important when you will be tightening this nut. It's a 186 Newton meters. And there are many ways to skin the cat, right? So there are many videos on YouTube you can watch and you can go step by step with those. I'm not trying to redo them. I'm just showing you what I had to do here. And I also did it the factory way, right? I have original factory manuals for this. These are their procedures. That's what they said. That's how it should be done, right? So you don't lose the camber setting, for example, on that other part. Anyway, I hope you find it helpful and please subscribe. I will keep filming a lot of Subaru content and putting it on this channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day, my friend.